Taxes. Everyone pays them. But how much do you really pay? Today, we'll look at the US, the UK, and Australia. By the end, you'll understand your tax better and maybe save some money. Let's start with the United States. Your income tax depends on how much you earn and your filing status. Single, married, or head of household debt matters. The US uses a progressive tax system. That means the more you earn, the higher your tax rate. Take a single person earning $50,000 in 2025. Their federal tax would be calculated like this: 10% on the first $11,000 they earn, which is $1,100, then 12% on the next portion of their income, up to $44,725. This works out to $5,365. Finally, 22% of any remaining income, which is $2,835 on this example. Adding those together, that person pays around $9,300 in federal income tax. On top of federal tax, most states charge state tax. Some states like Texas or Florida have none. California can go up to 13.3%. Let's say our San Francisco friend earns $50,000. They'd pay around $9,300 in federal tax and $5,500 in state tax. That's over 20% of their salary. Now let's talk deductions and credits. These lower your tax bill. The standard deduction in 2025 is $14,600 for single filers. That means you only pay tax on what's left after this deduction. So in our case, $35,400. This brings the total tax down to around $7,000. Itemized deductions, like mortgage interest or state taxes, can further lower your tax, as can earned income tax credits. But we're going to keep things simple for today. In total, this American could expect to pay just under 14% in tax. Not bad. Now let's move across the pond to the United Kingdom. The UK's tax system is similar to the US. It's progressive and there are various tax brackets. Plus, there's national insurance. For 2025-26. Income up to £12,570 is tax-free. Then 20% on £12,571 to £50,270. 40% on £50,271 to £125,140. Like into US, you can reduce your tax bill through deductions, pension contributions, charitable donations, even some work expenses can all make a difference. So, how does the UK compare to the US? Well, the US has no national insurance, but it has state taxes that can add up to 13.3%. Remember, this is on top of the federal tax, and there are lots of deductions available in both countries. Across the globe now, to Australia, the 2024-25 financial year has these tax brackets. Up to odd $18,200 is tax-free, then 19% on AUD, $18,201 to $45,000, 32.5% on OD, $45,001 to $120,000, 37% on OD, $120,001 to $180,000, and 45% above OD, $180,000. Australians also pay a 2% Medicare levy on most taxable income. Like the US and the UK, you can reduce your tax bill through deductions. Work expenses, donations, and some education costs can help. Take someone earning odd $60,000. They'd pay around $13,000 in tax without any deductions. But with a few work expenses and some donations, let's say they reduce their taxable income by OD $4,000. Now they pay around $9,000 in tax. That's just under 15%. When it comes to taxes, Australia is unique because of the Medicare levy. This adds 2% to your tax bill, which goes towards healthcare. But the good news is the tax-free threshold. If you earn less than odd $18,200, you don't pay any tax. So how do these three countries compare? Well, the US is a mixed bag. Depending on which state you live in, some people pay almost no tax, others pay a lot. The UK has national insurance on top of income tax, and the Australian Medicare levy adds to the overall tax burden. But Australia's tax-free threshold means that lower earners don't pay anything. One thing's for sure, no matter where you live, Understanding your tax brackets, deductions, and credits is key. Smart planning can save you hundreds or even thousands legally. So what have we learned? Well, lots. First off, the tax burden varies by country, and within countries, it depends on where you live. In the US, it's about state versus federal tax. In the UK, it's about income versus national insurance. And in Australia, it's about the Medicare levy. Secondly, deductions and credits matter. In the US, itemizing can lower your tax bill. In the UK, pension contributions are a great way to save money. And in Australia, work expenses and donations can help. Thirdly, tax systems aren't always fair. We've seen how some people pay very little tax while others pay a lot. Thankfully, there are ways to reduce your tax bill. We'll cover these in future videos. So, stay tuned. To keep this interesting, why not comment below which country's tax system surprised you the most? Remember, staying informed is key to keeping more of your money. And finally, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos on saving money and taxes. You can find the detailed tax tables in the description. Until next time, happy tax planning. Taxes don't have to be scary. Understand them, plan ahead, and you'll keep more of your money. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe and tell us in the comments which country's taxes surprised you the most.